Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Deadlink. I love strategy games, y'all know I love strategy games, but sometimes I do need just a little something else, something with some oomph, something with some splatter, and a person whose opinion I generally trust sold this to me as Doom Eternal meets Hades. That's a tall, listen, I will be shocked if it manages to reach that height, but honestly, if it gets even like 50% of the way there, that sounds pretty good. That sounds good enough to me. Let's get in here and find out. Yeah, I suppose we probably ought to play the tutorial. Doom Eternal meets Hades is a lot. That's a lot. There's a lot that's being sold there. Bright and optimistic, the future we dreamed up. That future is here. It is blindingly bright, with neon lights and the blinking of LEDs. Optimism, however, is only experienced with the right neurotransmitter cocktail or a glitch in your cybernetic synapses.
Good morning, Agent. Your healing cyberbrain coma is complete. No more sleeping on the job. Can't have you going into real missions just yet. Let's put on the training wheels. Just for you.
This AI voice in my brain has no idea how commas work. It's very distressing. It's just like, if you see someone can't handle something simple like that, it really does make you worried about whether they can handle more complex stuff, such as medical care surrounding a coma, etc.
Make your agency proud.
Okay. Listen, I've never made anybody proud of me in the past, and it certainly ain't going to start now. Okay, this is an aesthetic. The real game I don't think looks like so computery. Jump using the jump button. There are double jumps. There's dashing. There's air dashing. Yes, there is air dashing. Good, good, good. All right. Okay, a little bit of a jitter there on the first. Okay, it seems fine now. Good sound effects. Pick up the rocket launcher. Good start. Let's get right to it nice and early, shall we? We have a melee with which we will break these sea balls? Excuse me? Constructor balls. Okay. Secondary weapon ammo. It does seem like it's having a little bit of trouble with like the first interaction with each kind of thing. Yeah, good enough, close enough, whatever. Maybe make sure this thing is reloaded. I mean, that is very satisfying to use. Also, I like the fact that when I punch it for more ammo, it loads the ammo into the active magazine. Okay, when killed, marked enemies will drop all that good stuff. All of the good stuff. Okay. It's not the best shot I've ever taken. Pick up the grip wire repel. That's exciting. Yep, okay. Pretty good. So it's telling me cooldowns reset. I don't know if that's a general effect of the repel or if that's just because we're in the tutorial. Can I wall run? Nope, I kind of need that. I need that thing to respawn. There we go. Okay. All right, so there we go. I get it eventually. It usually takes me about 2 tries. The Scrambler. Okay. Stuns for everyone. I mean, you can see the Doom Eternal in the sort of the loose mechanics and the cosmetic effect of the ammo and everything, right? I can see where they are coming from. Even if I think probably still it's a little dramatic to say all that. I do appreciate that a single attempt to fire a weapon that does not have ammunition in it anymore swaps you to a weapon that does have some ammo. Nice and smooth. Okay, the scrambler really requires you to be close to him, but obviously there are ways to do that. Also, has a hell of a long cooldown. Oh shit, I did break the thing. Okay, well, I gotta be a little bit more cognizant because I could have been using my rocket launcher for a significant portion of that. Okay. The grenades are a marking tool. That's an interesting way to... I wonder if that's broadly true of grenades or if it's just like this is a kind of grenade that marks people. I guess in a way it's similar to like the way the frost grenades in Doom Eternal or the flamethrower encourage you to quickly kill the enemy that you hit them with. Okay. Choose your ward. Taser rounds. Next shot will shock enemy. So next shot, I'm assuming it's not a single fire kind of... Oh, okay, here we go. So they have triggers. This is your combat shell's inventory window. On the left, you'll find the implant matrix. It consists of activators, slots, implants, and the backpack. Activators are bound to certain actions performed by your shell. Performing those will trigger, the implants. This is a cool system. I like this. Most implants provide active and passive effects. An active is triggered by performing the assigned activator. The passive will remain active as long as it is assigned to any slot. This one only has an active, though. Okay. Drag the implant from your backpack to any slot of your choosing. Yeah, let's put this on C-ball break. So what is the meaning of the fact? Is it the active here shows that 1/3 of the battery? Can I get an indication of what that active actually means? Perhaps it's an indication. Okay, energy output 1. Okay. So maybe it's like things like this wouldn't be able to power an active that requires 2 energy. The effects that are powerful enough can't be triggered so simply. That would be a wise system, a wise implementation limit in the system. Okay, so this one has the shock. We can just like swap it back and forth real fast. Ooh, the little jitters here and there are really causing some havoc for me. Did I get that? I did get that. I do wish that there was a little bit more of an audio cue or something on the shoot. The C-balls breaking. Ooh, I did not actually shock very many of them there, did I? Make sure we're getting resources here. In particular, some armor would be nice. Okay, I think I sort of get the idea. This is the danger zone. Oh no, my data stream. That's fine. I think we probably wrung what we need to out of this tutorial. Okay, so I see a lot of potential in some of these systems. It's very exciting stuff.
You okay? Had to boot you from the tutorial. A bug almost flatlined you. The Deadlink protocol still glitches, and I don't know why. I'd never want the director's pet to end up in a vegetative state.
Listen, software development is a nightmare.
Speaking of the director, He'll be arriving at the HQ soon, gloriously returning from Congress. They've yet to ratify us. That's where you come in. Why don't you show him some results?
Okay. Where's the button for show results? Begin simulation, I guess. That kind of sounds like going to practice mode, but the simulation, I guess, is the real thing, maybe? So we have complete 10 combat encounters, download data at Watts Rucker Labs, complete combat encounters inside the Femto offices. Huh. Okay. So we start with the shotgun and the rocket launcher, the Bone Grinder rocket launcher, which is a rad name for a rocket launcher. Okay. This is just all the tools we're already familiar with. I guess let's go do the thing. So I imagine...
Welcome to the CSA, Agent. Try not to waste our resources. Make a good show for the director.
What, did we just, like, run out of branding in the future? Something tells me this is not going to turn out to be a sex club. Either that or this video is not getting uploaded to YouTube. Please walk over near the barrel. I want to see what... Alright. Okay, the barrels have a pretty large explosive radius, but these enemies are still, like, very careful not to get into them, which sucks. There you go. They'll happily group up once it no longer matters. Alright, so... Ooh, jeez. I don't think I hit a single person with that grenade. Alright. I like the amount of kickback on the rocket launcher. Like you get a couple of extra feet of height just shooting it downward without even like properly rocket jumping. Okay, so yeah, just hurling yourself through one does break it reliably. That's not really where that... Okay. Allow me to adjust. I don't even know what that is. Is that a second level of armor? A second kind of armor? Okay. Shotgun capacity increased by 1 and damage increased for 5 seconds, or ignite marked enemies. That's interesting. They both require 2 levels of output. I kind of want to play with this. I just have to remember to actually mark enemies. Alright, so we have to plug that into... I'm assuming, like, if I plug this in here, it'll give me, like, a warning. Yeah, you can't run the active, but it still runs the passive. That's cool. Yeah, on repel use. So just make sure to repel a lot. See, I wonder, if I put it on scrambler use, it seems like the scrambler does mark enemies. I wonder if the ignite would get applied to enemies that are marked by this scrambler use, or, you know, those might not... trigger in the right order, and it might not apply the mark debuff immediately. So I think let's put it down like this just to test it. See if we can find out. So you just want to run up to some nerd and scramble him real fast here at the beginning of the fight. See if he catches fire. Yeah, okay, cool. That does work. That does work the cool way. I appreciate that. Yo, start your player with a rocket launcher. This is a really fun way to get them to be into your game systems. I kept pressing the button at like just the wrong moment to actually get the repel to fire. It's like as it became no longer visible to me. Ugh. Bad work. Bad work. Okay. That was a really bad time to only have 1 bullet in the gun. I had to be a little bit more aware. All right, assuming we only get 1, so you can see like structurally, I think you can make a very clean argument that structurally, this is like Hades, a Hades that's inspired by Doom Eternal. There are obviously a lot of little parts that don't quite live up. There's not going to be any like health laying around or anything, is there? No. Okay, we're going to have to rip all of our health out of the enemies. That's fine. I'm good at that. Probably, maybe. We're using the shotgun a lot. Let's do it. You know, reload rate up is certainly not bad. Massive electric damage to a single enemy. And I assume that robotic enemies will be more difficult in general, so probably being better against them is a thing of some value.
The combat shell can make sea balls print ammo. You know, those round things you see scattered about? Crack them open, receive projectiles.
Oh boy, yeah, the little frame rate jitters whenever it's loading something for the first time. Pretty rough. I guess those are robotic enemies that we know are not like a particularly huge danger to us. Really, really bad grenade work on my part. Must you? There we go. I'm trying to like shoot the ground behind his shield. There we go. All right. I have 0 armor and 7 health, but I don't think you really like health isn't important in video games, is it? I can't think of one where it's ever mattered. Let's pick up a little bit of this, and then here we go. Ooh, find the maker for more information. Yeah, I guess so. Restore 1 grenade. That's interesting. Next melee will deal 50 extra damage. I don't necessarily find this super exciting. Like the passive on that's cool, but what is my thing that charges for 3? It's sea ball breaks is what does that. You know what? That's not actually a bad idea. The sea balls are rockets and a grenade now. The grenades are cooldown based, but I assume it means it'll immediately recharge it. I wonder if these ever contain like secret paths, because they could just be hallways between the rooms. But I'll try to be wary at least a little bit. All right, temp shield. I'll take that. Oh shit. Okay, well the good news is, it looks like the description was not joking. That guy really takes a lot more damage from the shock rounds. Oh, okay, we're gonna get out of here. Must you? Hey, that was a good idea, right? Rocket launcher myself directly in the face. Yeah, never stops being fun. Nope. I got stuck on that guy. I tried to dash past him. I really underestimated the size of my model. Okay, that's embarrassing, but listen, you're going to have to get a couple of quick ones out of your system at the beginning. It's cool. We got it.
Good to see you again, soldier. Our chop doc spoiled my return, and I hope the anticipation wasn't too much. I hope she took good care of your noggin while I was in Washington. Rumiko assured me she didn't damage you too much before she put you in stasis.
This is I dislike this guy so much already.
Previous demo results came in. Quite impressive. I'll be supervising you until, well, it becomes legal to sick you on people. Good luck.
Although, can I be honest with you? The level of like clarity and honesty here is actually kind of nice. Sort of refreshing that he's not pretending that like there's something else going on here. Gee, I wonder what's over there. Anyway, so we picked up some exchange provisions here. How do I... Okay, all damage output increased. Additional dash. Alternate heavy weapon selection available for 3 of those. Rewarded for killing bosses. Okay. Can I buy this? Hell yeah. The problem is, when I dashed into that guy like a huge idiot, I didn't have the ability to dash back out. This time, nothing will stop us. Except for, you know, my gameplay and decision making.
Hey, last run wasn't too bad. Remember, the combat shells come equipped with abilities that will tag enemies and extract their shields. You'll need them.
Oh, I think we're invisible walled here. Yeah, that's a shame. I want the environment to reward me for looking around. I guess it's a lot to ask that every video game do this, but I want it. But I want it, so I will pretend it's reasonable. That is very fun, and I like very much that it marks enemies. That's a fun decision. Look at that, I actually grenaded somebody properly. Ow, what the hell was that? You guys already have guns. Do you also need shockwaves? Could you just hold there for a second? No. There we go. Yep, just implant to start with. Okay. I had to say, I do like this. Shotgun capacity increased by 1 is a good vibe. Let's bonus shotgun damage on grip wire use, I think makes a lot of sense because you're like going to want to shotgun the thing you grip wired to. It just fits very naturally, and there should just be infinite bullets in this gun. I should never have to reload. I feel very strongly about that. That work? Nope. I did not manage to blow up anybody with that. Yeah, the rocket launcher is actually like hurling me backwards onto raised platforms and stuff because it has so much kick upon being fired, and that is rad. Also, I have to say I really appreciate that using, despite the fact that the animation for the scramble like clearly pulls your hand, it doesn't actually interrupt your reload. That's very cool. Tokens seem like a big deal, right?
Blind as a bat you seem to be. We've added a solution for that. Mark enemies with your abilities. Maybe you'll hit them.
You know, I don't think we know each other enough for this kind of playful meanness. You are a stranger to me, lady. Also, okay, let's see if we can't maybe, jeez. Yeah, wow, with the shock attack, we were doing like double damage against the machine enemies. It is not a small bonus. Okay, an implant versus nothing. Implant is the only thing. Next weapon shot deals 60% bonus damage. Reduce all your cooldowns. I do like cooldowns down. That's not very much though. You know what? We'll take this one. On weapon swap, big damage out of the next shot. So you can kick back and forth pretty quickly here. If you just like mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. So I suppose, in theory, I should be like very rarely firing without this. But let's be honest, I don't have the wherewithal. I'm still expecting like a little bounce. Really trying hard to catch that that flying enemy. Does this work? If I yeah, okay, I can. I can just scramble the guy from the front through his shield. I'm a little surprised by that, actually. Okay, there are a lot of just... Is that an enemy doing that? Oh, yes, it is. Okay. It's like, why am I taking so much fire from this guy? Okay, easy. I probably should have like marked it with a grenade before killing it. Heavy weapon. We do have 217 credits. I guess let's go see what the shops look like. Is 200 like a lot? What do things generally cost? Okay, a bunch. They cost a bunch. Dragon implant here to zap it for credits. That's just a one-time purchase. It's the only thing available, really? Okay, extra implant slots are cool. I guess we'll take this because don't really have anything else to do with the credits at the moment. Yeah, that's a pretty smart thing to do with a rocket launcher in hand, I think. Okay. I think I'm taking fire from... Okay, I was going to say I think I'm taking fire from above, so I was looking for a tank enemy, but also that's a new kind of thing. She teleported out of my attempt to scramble her. Don't appreciate that. I wonder if that's a reflexive thing that will always happen on a scramble attempt, or if it was just bad luck. Okay. So the heavy shield guys seem to get stunned briefly when you grapple them, as well as when you hit them with the actual scatter, making them perhaps not so dangerous. Launch homing projectile applying mark to a single enemy. Ooh, gain an extra jump just all the time. I do like that very much. This is pretty good, but I'm not remembering to apply it. Well, I mean, I could just stick this in some other slot. You know what? We'll do this. I'm not scrambling enough either, but I need to start scrambling, and then this rewards me for scrambling with big damage against the thing that is now marked. That's probably a good way to go, and this way I'm banking my extra jumps and stuff. I mean, I always have the extra jump, but you know. Okay, concerning. Hi. Okay, it is in fact immune to damage right now. That doesn't work. I think what it's immune to is the mark. It was showing me that it's immune to being marked at the moment. These are closed off for whatever reason. Ooh, okay. AoE stomp. Really, like, pretty much no warning on that AoE stomp attack. But it's the thing that we know now, so just don't hug the big robot. Probably like missiles and stay out of sight kind of situation, right? So we did pick up a token. It doesn't do much for us right now. Okay, so yeah, you need iconocracy to be able to spend your credits on anything meaningful in the shop. So we'll absolutely take some of that. And we can buy some damage boosts, so why not? Alright, I'm digging it. Am I supposed to come and talk to people every time we come back?
Rumiko says not to speak of things before your memwipe. Taking on think tanks. Ballsy. I do wonder if it's the shell or the man I knew fighting so hard. As the name implies, think tanks are autonomous AI tin cans. When deployed, they slaughtered platoons of unaugmented soldiers. Extremely dangerous. Stay safe, kid.
Okay, so the dialogue quality is not... It's world building, but it's not... it's certainly not super compelling on its own. The combat's fun, though. It is very it's very energetic. It is actually hitting kind of close to Doom Eternal. Obviously, like a big element of Doom Eternal for
Your grenades mark enemies with IFF tags. Try not to kill yourself with them, and you might get some extra ammo this way.
yes, thank you. A big draw for Doom Eternal for me is sort of like, you know, the metal atmosphere and the Mick Gordon and whatnot, and that's a lot to hold any. It's a high standard to hold any other game to, really. Nope, still overthrowing. Terrible work. What if I just like hit the enemies with the gun instead of, you know, not doing that? Ah, darn. Trying to use the scramble as a way to safely approach an enemy while reloading, but it is definitely too short range for that. Gonna have to adjust to that. Stunned enemies take more damage. Shots have a chance of launching a homing projectile that applies shock. See, that's interesting. It does seem like shock is a pretty big deal, but maybe I would like to be able to just trigger it manually. All right, every time we grip wire, find a robot to shoot. That looks like pretty climbable, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe this doesn't have any collision and I cannot stand on it. Never mind. I was going to get from there up to the awning and... Okay, it does do a pretty good job, this shock, of just frying normal dudes too. It just feels like overkill. Feels like way more than I need in those situations. Oh, I like the player character being able to climb surfaces, like being able to do like a mantle on stuff that you're not looking at. That'd be really handy if I ever remembered to like be aware of my surroundings, like I was actually expecting it. Weapon mod versus credits. I guess weapon mod. I know we opened up the shops a little bit, but it seems like they're still not amazing. This probably is the way to go.
Oh, by the way, those IFF tagged goons you sometimes manage to hit, your systems locate their ammo stores. Grab them.
Somebody to zoom to so that I can get shocks, that I can shock this guy. Yeah, pretty effective. I had to say, part of the problem here is that I'm just not used to the, like, intuitively, my brain wants Q to be my grenade throw. I just need to adjust to it. Just have a quick look around these environments. They're like little side rooms we can just force our body through the glass into. Doesn't seem like there's any real benefit to looking around, like not even rooms that have extra constructor balls in them or anything. Alright, well, I'm down for another implant, I think. Also, I don't have a choice. Sorry, it's down here. I was like just up there. The mutilator worm. Every weapon hit applies weak, causing enemies to deal lower damage. That's fine. I do kind of like this idea on the scrambler. I think that was a solid plan before. Just got to remember to use it. That is always going to be the challenge for me. Ah, shoot, I can't get around the corner. Ah. Yeah, those guys, they really stick to you. There it is. That's the move I wanted. Ow. Let me find another one of these. There we go. Shock rocket. Shock rocket feels like a pretty solid way to deal with those things. We only have 227. Let's hit the neural boost. Okay, so these are just things that always apply. Elemental and critical damage. This seems like a winner. Plus 15% rocket launcher damage is also exciting, but I think we're going to take the plus max HP plus skill power one. I don't actually know what critical damage even like. I'm not sure if critical hits are hits where you're shooting enemies in their weak points, you know, headshots and whatever, or if they're just like a thing that happens on some percentage of attacks, or... Oh, get me out of here. Once again, managed to run right into an enemy. Shoot, that was a really bad time to miss my one hit. Okay, and those guys can do a charge that has a vertical component. Alright, I was trying to get them both in there, and then that guy died to another enemy's attack anyway. Just very rude of him. Bam! Alright, that's pretty good. And I did need that stuff very desperately. Oh. Okay. So the enemy that was left got itself killed somehow. Again, rude, kind of, but I'll live with it somehow. Next, one rocket launcher shot won't consume ammo, and passively your rocket launcher damage is dramatically increased. I mean, I feel like on Seaball Break is a pretty good time to do that. Yeah, I like this shock being a little bit more accessible. Yeah, that seems fine. All right, lots and lots and lots of rocket launcher usage. Really nice if I could get a couple of enemies to like group up a little bit. I feel like the biggest thing limiting my intuitive grenade usage is that I really like my brain only wants to grenade when there's a bunch of stuff to hit, right? Or, you know, when I have well, I did blow myself up on that one. Help. These guys are very persistent. Yeah, it's only like when a bunch of enemies are standing together or when they have cover and they're preventing me from killing them in that way. As much as I want the token, given our position here, probably medtech is the way to go. Okay. 50% of max HP, that's fine. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. Another huge shielded dude. Ugh. It is always terrifying, like the moment you realize, oh no, I'm stuck on the environment. But it is so much worse when the thing you're stuck on is an explosive barrel. Good one. Nah, it's not so good. Well, got him while he was still marked. The good news with the mark thing is the mark actually does last quite a long time. Guess what? All right. Well, I managed to maintain my health level there. We went through what feels like an awful lot of shielding, but... Okay, the IED override. Marked enemies will explode after 2 seconds. That's rad. Enemies will drop explosives when killed while midair. Okay, my problem with this is I don't know if it means while they're midair or while I'm midair. For 5 seconds, your projectiles home in. Chance for unmarked enemies to drop resources. That's not bad. I think I like... This is much more interesting. But we are going to have to drop something. Probably the ignite. It's cool, but... Yeah. It's cool, but I'm not making great use of it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is the 3. We have to swap that up to there. I had that in my head. I knew. Okay. So unfortunately, this is my rocket launcher thing. I need to scramble to build up free rockets. Okay. Also, it's just a good idea in general to scramble a lot. And it's a long enough cooldown. I kind of wish that I could... You know what? I haven't even looked. Is there an interface adjuster? Run info, detonator prompt. This is what I want. Ability indicators on crosshair. It'll probably take me a little bit of time to get used to the information showing, but it'll be nice. Ah. Ugh. That's a really, really bad time for me to pull myself into all the enemies. Unfortunately, the... Oh, shit. Get myself blown up. You really, like, can't ever be stationary. Because even if nothing's chasing you, it's just like there's always big, angry energy circles forming underneath you. So many drones and so much shit chasing me. Ah. Okay, everything's fine. I bought myself like a second. And then I ran myself into that because I love dying horribly. That was pretty good. Yeah, I'm still doing a really bad job judging the functional distance. Okay, so its enemies drop explosives if killed while they are in midair, not while you are in midair. That's still useful because there are a lot of enemies that are always in midair. Oh, okay, all right. So the rightmost indicator is the scramble. The leftmost indicator is the grapple. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't that mean there isn't an indicator for my grenades? I guess the grenades are not actually... I kind of assumed that they were cooldown based, but they're totally not, are they? And I just assumed that because they are in Doom, you know? Alright, we have a bunch of money. What do we want to do with it? Next shot will apply corrosion. This is not very good, but we also don't have anything else that applies with that little damage, or with that little energy expressed. So do that. We'll zap this. Buy ourselves some HP. Yeah. All right, we are as ready as we have ever been for a boss fight. Welcome to the danger zone. It's not even really a boss fight. It's just the danger zone. There's probably a proper boss in the next room. Okay, do not hug the robot. Critical importance. This is a different robot, though, also. Fetch some more of these. Yeah, lots of angry explosions following us always. Trying to get close enough that I know the scramble will apply. Nope, I mean, this one. Yeah, there we go. What if I actually hit the enemy with my attacks? Can you imagine such a world? Alright, so the little enemies I'm assuming are infinite. It seems like the shock damage bonus is a flat amount of damage, and it's not like based on the weapon that I apply it with. So shock rockets are not getting more extra damage than the shotgun. But it is also a little bit hard to be sure. You know, there's kind of a lot going on. Shit. You know, I said that thing about not going close to the robot, but in my defense, the robot wasn't over there when I started going over there. Kind of interrupted the thing I was trying to do. Also, these grenades do not travel very quickly. Ooh, I like the fork lasers challenging you to stay in between them. That's a cool, fun pattern attack. Fuck you. Come on. Stupid guns. Oh, cool. These guys now. What an exciting time. Rockets, rockets, rockets. We are so close to being done with this thing. Okay. Getting it. I am not applying my stuff optimally. I'll tell you that right now. Wow, we get 3 tokens for that. Holy hell.
Spider went down quicker than expected. Prepare for your next assignment. Oh, do me a favor and say hi to Human Resources for me.
See, it says area 9 of 9 in the corner now. It said area 8 of 9 before. I guess it doesn't update the area until you get to the new chamber door, not like in the hallway. So I thought there was going to be one more left after that. Okay, Watts Rucker.
According to CSA Intel, Watts Rucker had secrets hidden from me. The nerve is shocking. I was their best asset. Won't you be so kind and teach them a lesson for me?
So okay, that other area is a simulation. This is real? I've just been dropped into the real world mid-run? Am I understanding the plot correctly? Why would that be the way that it works? Okay. Okay, those dudes are beefy. Oh yeah, the enemies in this area in general are quite considerable. That's how we deal with teleporting enemies where I'm from. Okay. An important lesson there. Scramble does not work through surfaces. Let's always make sure we're going into stuff with maximum rockets. Become immune to fire. That doesn't seem so exciting. This honestly doesn't either. I don't think we actually want either of these things. Do we know? I guess it doesn't really matter. I was going to say, do we know if one of them sells for more? But it doesn't. There's no marking on them and they're the same quality. So I just assume not. We might, in this area, be seeing a little bit of a, what do you call it? A de-emphasization of the shock damage. There were lots and lots and lots of robots in the last environment, but it seems like it might not be the case here. So the shock damage might be a thing that's worth trading off. That looks like a serious weapon there. Jeez. Okay, this is maybe too many guys for me to be fighting hallway style. But I did make it through. Didn't even know that guy was there. Was absolutely trying to grapple to the sea ball. All definitely on purpose. It feels like we should come home with as many tokens as possible, right? I think, well, actually, no. I was going to say, I think I'm actually doing all right for right now, but my health is terrible.
Do you ever notice yellow highlights on your enemies? Your oculars can visualize weak points. Try not to miss every shot, and you'll do some extra damage.
She's very judgmental. Everybody at HQ is just like terribly annoying. Yeah, that's not ideal. Not a good way to do that. Here we go. This is a better situation for rocket launching. Do not press face against enemy before discharging rocket launcher. I'm pretty pleased with that grenade, actually. I think that was some good work. Surrender your shielding. Okay. Yeah, the scramble. The scramble is very, very important. Please remember to scramble. Enemies in an 8-meter radius are knocked back. Shotgun shots ricochet off midair enemies is cool, but I don't know that I want to apply this over our existing rare. You know what? Let's try it. Let's see how effective that ricochet thing is. We gotta play around with the new tools when they are offered, right? Okay, damn. Those heavy guys are really, really heavy. I'm trying to like hit him and then snap my vision down to see extra damage being applied. It's happening, but it's hard to notice. It doesn't seem like it's a huge amount. Where did you go? This thing is like actively fleeing from me. Ah, shoot. There's a lot of explosions going on all around me. I do lose track here and there. Killed by a Phoenix Watchman. Okay, so that felt better. It feels like I'm starting to get it. We got some tokens. We got some currencies to bring home. I will tell you, I'm like completely unaware of earning that red currency. It's just kind of happening in the background.
Are missing something. Sure, they do pack a punch, but they lack any elegance. I'd like you to test something for me. A new combat shell. I named it the Hunter. It's stealthier, deadlier, more precise, refined, and adequately equipped to your MO. A bit more fragile, yes, and admittedly more expensive. For that reason, the director insists we test it inside the simulation before starting production. Please be so kind and prove my design superiority.
All right, more precise but more fragile. Definitely doesn't sound like my particular MO, but lower on health makes up for it with a deadly hand cannon and an array of diversion capabilities, including optical camouflage and a powerful switchback ability. Okay, and some new guns. A wide scalar arc hitting multiple enemies. Deals fire damage, capable of piercing multiple targets. Yeah, standard railgun stuff. The electro laser, the arc cannon tuned to operate as a long-range arc welder. Wow, this thing is very versatile. Also, Thomas would really like a word.
Fantastic. You've proven yourself against Tarantula. I'm sure you're used to military spider tanks. Unmanned or controlled by some somnambulant professional, tucked cozily under plating. Precise, meticulous, emotionless.
A lot like you, actually.
Well, don't expect turret tanks to be like that. They're brutal. Rewarding cybernetics to their most violent. And there's nothing in terms of cyber brutality to surpass a goddamn tank. Its operator would be some geatric Oyabun.
Oh.
Sims reflect that, but perhaps more senile?
Y'all didn't want to, like, do a second take on that, or... I'm not trying to be... I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but, like... Oof. Alright, well, gain an additional weapon slot activator for each combat shell. I guess that's where we're going, huh? Or alternate... You know what? Alternate heavy weapon selection becomes available is also very interesting. I want this. Sorry, big flashing light that is directing me in the other direction. And then, yeah, elemental grenades available in the shop. That seems fun. We can buy some more damage upgrades. This really feels... I'm assuming, like, maybe once we buy Matrix Upgrade 1, it'll fill out this window a little bit. As far as, like, the impact you want the upgrade screen to have, the available upgrade screen to have on players, especially at the beginning of the game, this is missing something. Okay. That's kind of the vibe. That's the thing that's going on here in Deadlink. I think that right there is where we're going to call it for today. We screwed around a little bit. We had our first kind of okay run. I feel like I'm getting my footing. And we've unlocked a new combat shell. When you come back next time, we're going to see what that thing's all about. And we'll see you then.